Hi, my name is Harriet and I am going to show you a practice that you can do at home to help prevent a panic attack. So if you find yourself in shallow breathing and having racing thoughts, that's when you can do this practice. So I do have a couple of other practices on my website, yogaandhealing.ca, that will be helpful to prevent you from even getting to this state. So you can check those out. But meanwhile, if you are having a panic attack, this is what we're going to do. So before I show you the movement, I'm going to suggest that you gather together some props. So I happen to have here a yoga block, but you can use a thick book or a stack of books. You can also use a blanket. I have a folded blanket here. I have a rolled hand towel here, and I also have a small bolster. If you don't have a bolster, just a cushion or two from your sofa, anything around the house, and I'll show you how to use these. So the way this practice works is we use movement with sound. And what this helps the body to do is to calm the nervous system as we kind of repeat this practice, okay? Helps us to deepen and lengthen the breath, and in turn calming the nervous system. Okay, so let's begin. So the movement is done in a tabletop position. So we have the knees beneath the hips, the hands beneath the shoulders. Now, if this is doable in your wrists, ideally we want the fingers spread, the middle fingers are parallel, and the elbows are just slightly bent. Okay, we don't want a locked elbow here. Fingers spread. Another option, for instance, I have a wrist injury, so having that hand position doesn't work for me. So I'm going to make a fist and have my hand position like this. So this is where a couple of these props come in handy. So the movement is an inhale here and then an exhale pushing back. So I want the forehead to come down and touch the ground. So if that isn't doable, for many people it isn't, I want to put my prop just underneath my forehead. Now, even the blanket might not be high enough, so this is where we'll put a book or a block, and we can make this much higher and easier in the shoulder position. Our other props can be used for the lower body. So stiff ankles, then you can just put that rolled towel under the ankles. Stiff hips and knees or injuries here, that's where we put our bolster or cushions, so that the movement, when we push back, we're supported everywhere. We really want to make the movement comfortable, or that becomes something else to struggle against. So this is really important, that we find comfort in the movement. So practice this in instances, or in times rather, before you actually are in a panic attack, so you know what props you'll need and how to set them up. Okay, so I know for me I don't need these props, but I do need my blanket. Oh, another option for some people especially helpful for larger bodied people, is to have the knees slightly spread so that when we come into this pushing back position, there's room for the body, okay? So the sounds that we're going to work with, there's two sounds, and you can try them both out and find which one works best for you. So the first sound, ma. Okay, just try that. And the second sound, okay. So whichever one works best for you. So the way this works is we come into our tabletop position. I'm going to inhale and slightly lower the belly, keeping the elbows bent, and exhale, ma. Inhale up into table, and ma. Inhale, ma. Now you can see I have my forearms on the floor. This is important here. Inhale. Ma. Ma. You may notice my breathing is starting to get longer. Ma. And when it starts to get longer, you might have a bit longer in the head down position. Tune into the way the vibration of the sound feels in the body, in the tissues, in the cells. Start to tune into that. Okay? Ma. And if it feels good for you, you can even stay in this head down position. And inhale, and feel the wave of the inhale in the body, expanding the rib cage, and feel that you've calmed down and that the breathing's deep, you can push yourself back up into a seated position and just become aware. You may want to sit on a cushion. Doesn't matter if you sit cross-legged here. Just become aware of your physical experience. Becoming aware of the aliveness of every single cell in the body. And become aware of your breath. So I hope this practice is of some help. And for some other practices, please visit yogaandhealing.ca. All the best.